Like, this was just a overwhelming victory. Khamzat just charged in, dove in, got him down, and mauled him until he broke his face.
Do you think it's different with Duplessis? Because he can wrestle.
He can wrestle. He's got very good jiu-jitsu. He hits hard, and he's a big, durable dude. But I don't know if he's going to be able to wrestle with that guy. Like, I don't know, man. The Khamzat's skill is so high level, it makes me wonder. Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your legs. And you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut. For Khamzat, it's like 85 is really where he should have been all along.
Joe Rogan has just shared his final prediction on the upcoming clash between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis. On the other hand, Caio Baralho said he usually bets against Dricus du Plessis, but he always proves him wrong in big fights. He thinks Khamzat Chimaev has a 60% chance to finish the fight early, possibly in the first or second round with heavy pressure. Still, there's a 40% chance Dricus survives the early storm with his size and strength, then turns the fight in his favor.
Bro, this is crazy because I always bet against DDP and he always shut in my mouth. But I'm feeling like this can be a fight as fast as the fight with Khamzat and Whitaker, like finishing the first round or beginning of the second round, you know. 60% of me say that Khamzat will finish this fight like real fast, but 40% says that Dricus, with his size and height and his weight, he's a big guy for the division. I think he can stop the takedowns or even survive the first 2 rounds, and then the fights gets better for him. So I'm 60-40 on these 2 options.
Moreover, Sean O'Malley said the Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev fight is just weeks away, and it's got him hyped. He rewatched Dricus versus Adesanya before practice and thought Izzy was looking great, even dominating until the 4th round when it all went downhill. That fight showed him how dangerous Dricus is, and now he's even more excited to see how he handles Khamzat.
DDP versus Khamzat. What is that, like 2-3 weeks? Like, holy. I just actually watched DDP versus Israel this morning before practice, and dude, Izzy was looking so good in that fight. Like, I remember watching it and thinking, like, I only had rewatched it just this one time, but watching it live, I remember thinking like Izzy looked good, and I kind of, for the most part, dominating the fight, and then that 4th round just kind of got hit up top on the head and just, you know, went downhill real fast from there. But God, Izzy was looking good in that fight, so I'd like to see Izzy come back. Izzy versus Sean 2 would be sweet, but yeah, Khamzat versus DDP is very exciting for me right now.
However, Joe Rogan called Khamzat Chimaev a freak of nature, particularly at 170 pounds, where he sees him as nearly unstoppable. However, he noted that Khamzat struggles to make weight and needs to be more disciplined in that area. Rogan emphasized how even when Gilbert Burns landed heavy shots and knocked him down multiple times, Khamzat kept coming forward and never backed off.
Khamzat's a freak, man. Especially at 170.
Dude, but he can't make the weight. He's too unreliable.
He just needs to be a little bit more disciplined. Bro, 170, he's almost unstoppable. Even when Gilbert caught him on the noggin multiple times and dropped him, remember?
Yep.
Still kept going. Like, that guy never stopped coming.
Joe Rogan recently said Khamzat Chimaev is the best wrestler in the UFC, highlighting his ability to shoot from 15 feet out and still grab his opponent's leg. He mentioned that Khamzat's cardio should improve at 185 pounds now that he doesn't have to endure the harsh weight cut to 170. Rogan believes middleweight is the division where Khamzat truly belongs.
Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your legs. And you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut. For Khamzat, it's like 85 is really where he should have been all along.
Furthermore, Rainier de Ritter doesn't see Khamzat finishing Dricus early. He thinks Dricus is too tough and scrappy, especially early on. Khamzat might get control in the first 2 rounds, but not enough to end it. De Ritter sees Dricus taking over late and winning a decision.
To be honest, I don't really see Khamzat getting him out of there early. Dricus is such a so scrambly, especially in the early rounds, and then he builds in 3, 4, and 5. So my best guess would be Khamzat comes out guns blazing, maybe gets close to the back or gets close to control, but isn't able to finish him all the way in 1 and 2. And then we see Dricus build in 3, 4, and 5, and he wins the decision. I think that's most likely to happen.
Brendan Schaub said Khamzat is big, but Dricus du Plessis is even bigger, around 240 pounds, and he made Michael Bisping look small in a photo. He thinks if Khamzat wins, it'll probably be in the first 2 or 3 rounds, but the real test is if Khamzat can still finish DDP in rounds 4 and 5. Schaub said Dricus is tough to finish, and that's what makes the fight so interesting since neither fighter has faced someone like the other before.
That's big, right? That's big. DDP's my size. I don't know if you know.
No way.
You seen the picture of him in Bisping? Bisping's a big dude. DDP dwarfs big. DDP walks around about 240. The first round, of course, if Khamzat wins, and if it ends before 2 rounds, it's Khamzat all day. I would extend that after seeing this to even the first 3 rounds. 4 and 5 is what I want to see. I want to see Khamzat in the 4th and 5th. And if Khamzat's lighting his, because DDP is going to be tough to finish. So if Khamzat's in the 4th and 5th finish him, then you got one. So for Khamzat, it's going to be dealing with that mass.
Who has DDP fought that's even close to that style, that explosive, shoot from 10 feet out, grab you, not let go till he gets what he wants?
That's why it's a great fight. Because DDP hasn't fought anybody like Khamzat, and Khamzat hasn't fought anybody like DDP.
Bilal Muhammad said many people underestimate Khamzat Chimaev's cardio. He agreed with Khabib that if Khamzat stands and strikes with Dricus du Plessis, he'll do well. Bilal noted that DDP has an awkward style and can break opponents with fatigue, but he also takes a lot of hits. He thinks Khamzat should avoid using all his energy early trying to finish the fight and instead be smart, conserve energy, and wear DDP down in later rounds. Overall, Bilal favors Khamzat, saying he's crisper on his feet.
What do I got, DDP or Chimaev? Honestly, I think too many people are counting out Chimaev's cardio. I think where Khabib said it best, if he stands up with him and strikes with him, I think he'll do well. DDP is an awkward style, but he does get hit a lot. And he breaks a lot of guys with fatigue. If Chimaev doesn't come out super hard in the first round, trying to take him down and letting out all his energy, I think he'll be fine if he keeps it standing. And then maybe the later rounds, you try to wear on him a little bit, but you don't want to go out for that kill in the first round. And DDP just plays defensively. He's strong, obviously. And then you end up burning yourself out for 4 rounds. So he needs to be smart, especially in this 5-round fight. But I got Chimaev. I think Chimaev's a lot crisper on the feet and definitely crisper on the ground.
Darren Till acknowledged Dricus du Plessis' unorthodox but efficient style that frequently unsettles his opponents. Still, he believes Khamzat Chimaev will probably finish the fight inside 2 rounds. Till mentioned that even Chimaev agrees this won't be an easy matchup, but stays confident that Khamzat's power and relentless pressure will overpower Dricus quickly for a decisive win.
You think he beats Khamzat, your boy?
No, look, with respect, I'm never going to look past Dricus because he trains hard, he's super dedicated, he's super strong, and he's got that awkward style that doesn't make any sense. I think Khamzat will beat him inside the 2 rounds. I really do believe that. But look, Khamzat knows. I was speaking to Khamzat on the FaceTime the other day because I'm meant to be going out to Dubai to help with the camp. Khamzat knows it's a tough fight, but, Khamzat trains like a beast. I do think Khamzat gets it in 2 rounds done.
Shara Magomedov showed great confidence in Dricus du Plessis before his upcoming fight, emphasizing that Dricus is in strong and capable hands this time. He cautioned against underestimating him and predicted a performance that will leave a lasting mark. Magomedov also said that after the fight, everyone will remember Dricus' name, asking for 2 seconds of silence to honor the impact he's about to make.
As I said before, Dricus is in very good, strong hands in this fight, and we will make sure to remember his name with 2 seconds of silence afterwards.
Demetrius Johnson thinks Chimaev must finish the fight quickly or risk running out of stamina like he did against Burns and Usman. He pointed out that Dricus' unusual style, reach, and constant pressure will pose problems if the fight goes longer. Johnson expects du Plessis to take control in the later rounds if Chimaev can adapt.
If Chimaev cannot get him down,
he will. But yeah.
But let's say he does get him down.
Yep.
And he doesn't finish him, right? I think he's spent. Because you look at his fights. You look when he fought Gilbert Burns, when he fought Kamaru Usman. He had Kamaru Usman fully mounted, back hooks and everything, right?
Yep.
Working for the choke, pounding him, could not finish him,
Couldn't get.
The rest of the time, he could not find it was shadow boxer. Granted, he might be sick or whatever, but if he cannot figure it out within those first 2 rounds or the first round he gets him down, I think DDP is going to do what he does best. He's going to be awkward. He's going to be, do the kicks. And I think DDP is going to beat him.
Yeah.
Like
I could see it.
I think Khamzat Chimaev is more athletic, more traditional, But I think that awkwardness of the old what did he say? The lanky man style.
Yep.
I think DDP is gonna put in the bag.
Gilbert Burns said he trains with Dricus often and thinks he's a very skilled fighter, extremely tough and physically strong. He called the fight hard to predict, but expects Khamzat to start fast like usual. Burns believes Dricus can slow him down, avoid submissions, and stay composed. He said the first round will be the toughest, but if Dricus gets through it, he'll become a nightmare for Khamzat. Burns described Dricus as a monster with powerful strikes, great endurance, and a strong mindset. He believes Dricus will defeat Khamzat and keep his title.
I train with Dricus a lot. Dricus is actually a very, very good fighter. Crazy cardio, very physically strong. He's a very hard fight to predict. You know, I think Chimaev is going to start very strong like he always do. I do believe Dricus can kind of slow him down, don't get submitted, relax a little bit. But I do believe Dricus, if he get past that first round, I think that's the hardest part. What I think he will do, I think he's gonna pass, and then he's gonna be a nightmare for Chimaev. I think Dricus is a monster, hits very hard, doesn't break, good gas tank. I do believe Dricus is gonna beat Chimaev and remain the champion.
Arman Sarukian said Khamzat's game plan against Dricus is predictable because Dricus fights the same way every fight and won't change. Although Dricus promised to pay $10,000 for every takedown, Sarukian said the challenge isn't taking Dricus down, it's keeping him down that's tough. He added that if Dricus sticks to paying for each takedown, he won't earn any money since Khamzat will keep taking him down and controlling him throughout the fight.
He does every fight the almost same things, and he's not gonna change anything. Just take him down. It's not difficult, but hold him is more difficult. So, but if he's really thinks like he's gonna pay his 10,000, he's not gonna make money from that fight. He's gotta give all his money to Khamzat.
Jamahal Hill favors du Plessis, impressed by how the champion keeps surprising his doubters. He praised Dricus' cardio, strength, and unpredictable striking. Hill thinks Chimaev needs to finish the fight early because du Plessis gets stronger as the rounds go on. Still, he acknowledged Chimaev's top-level grappling and warned not to underestimate him.
I probably favor DDP in that one just for the simple fact of I've doubted this dude so many times now, and he's shut me up bad every time. It may look like he's like fatiguing or he's like slowing down, but he's really not. I think he's got the better cardio. His physical strength, I believe, can pose a problem for anybody in that division. We've seen Khamzat fade over the course of rounds before. I just believe Dricus has a really, really awkward way of throwing strikes that's not easy to time, get a read on. So I believe he will land. So I probably lean more towards DDP, but you can't count a guy like Khamzat out. I believe he's one of the best natural pure grapplers. He does have the ability to throw some hands too. So it's interesting.
Robert Whitaker expects Khamzat Chimaev to take Dricus du Plessis down at UFC 319, but believes that if Khamzat can't finish the fight early on the ground, he likely won't win. Whitaker pointed out that Dricus becomes stronger and more dangerous as the fight moves into the later rounds.
I think Khamzat will take Dricus down, but I believe, and this is obviously just top of the head, if Khamzat doesn't finish Dricus when he takes him down, I don't think he wins that fight.
Whitaker added that Dricus is an incredibly resilient fighter who rarely tires throughout the fight. He explained that Dricus consistently pushes forward, steadily gaining momentum, which makes him increasingly difficult to handle as the rounds go on. This endurance and persistence make Dricus a tough opponent, especially in the later stages of the fight.
Dricus is one of those dudes that doesn't go away, and he gets better, if anything, over the rounds. He's just so resilient. So if you don't get him out of there, I don't see him beating him.
Ilia Topuria spoke respectfully about both fighters, calling Chimaev aggressive and dangerous because he aims for finishes instead of decisions. He didn't pick a clear winner, but said he's excited to watch the fight and hopes both perform well. With friends on both sides, Topuria wants the better fighter to win and trusts their skills will make it an exciting match.
He's the man. He's a savage. He calls his shots. He finishes his opponents. When he goes inside the octagon, you know that guy goes for the finish. He's not looking for the decision. That's why I respect Khamzat. He's a beast. So he deserves to fight for the title as soon as possible. We're gonna have an amazing fight because I love Dricus du Plessis. He's a great human being. I have a great relationship with him. I have a great relationship with Khamzat also. But as a fan of mixed martial arts, it's gonna be a very exciting fight. I hope the best man wins, and I wish best of the luck to both of them.
Jackson podcast host Bear DeGidio said Khamzat Chimaev's training camp has stepped up to a new level of intensity in its third week. He pointed out that drills have become more complex, techniques sharper, and new sparring partners were added to address specific weaknesses for the Dricus du Plessis fight. DeGidio stressed that experienced coaches are carefully tailoring the camp, focusing not just on volume, but on exactly what Khamzat needs to secure a win.
Yeah, I think Khamzat's camp's really tuning up right now. I feel the intensity, the dynamicness of kind of the sparring partners and the drilling and the techniques they're working on is becoming a lot more intricate, a lot more detailed. I think when people talk about the pace DDP is gonna put on Khamzat after the first or second round, if Khamzat can't finish him, I think is a little bit misunderstood. For fighters who understand how camps are put together, they obviously know these things, and I think that it's really important to understand what it is a fighter needs and what they don't need, and I think that's why you have to have a good group of coaches around you, and I think that's what Khamzat has around him. He has a great group of coaches, and I think at the end of the day, you have to understand that when you put together a camp, it's about putting together the pieces that you think it's going to take for you to win. So I think one thing that I understand this morning, when you walk in the Santo Performance Studio and you see 30 people running around and 10 of them are new faces, it's like, okay, we're starting to figure out what the camp needs. We're starting to fill the gaps. We're flying in these people. We're flying in these fighters. We're bringing in these partners. And now the sparring is going to a new level.
DeGidio also praised Khamzat's mindset, describing him as a true fighter who always imposes his will in every match. He said Chimaev doesn't fight to entertain, it's simply his natural style. DeGidio added that the most frightening part is how Khamzat enters the cage being able to do whatever he wants, and that level of control makes him a dangerous and unpredictable opponent.
Khamzat's a real dog. That dude wants to go out there and kill. He ain't want to go out there and do anything. He puts on a show just by default because that's just his fighting style. But he's not going out there just to put on this show. He's going out there to show you everything it is that he wants to do to a fighter, he will do. He will impose his will at the highest level because that's who he is as a fighter. And that's the scariest thing about someone. When you know someone is coming in there and they can do anything they want to, that's a scary fighter, and that's someone who should be treated delicately when you're around, especially when he's cutting weight.
Bo Nickal expressed confidence that Khamzat Chimaev has the edge over Dricus du Plessis due to his dominant grappling. As a grappler himself, Nickal admitted some bias, but emphasized that wrestling and grappling are major forces in modern MMA. He pointed to fighters like Merab, Islam, Belal, and Khamzat as proof that grappling is shaping the sport, even noting that top strikers like Robert Whittaker come from wrestling backgrounds. In his view, this style is hard to beat or defend against in today's game.
I would, just based on the styles, I just think that the grappling style, I might be biased. I'm definitely biased, but I think the grappling style is so hard to beat, and it's so hard to defend against. And I guess if you look at it from a analytical point of view, you have so many. It's really become the dominant force in the sport. You got Merab, you got Islam, you got Belal, you got Khamzat. You even have you can even look at Topuria. Obviously, people know he's more of a boxing style, and he does a lot more striking. But his background is wrestling. He did that before anything else, and so it's really wrestlers that are dominating. Grapplers that are dominating the sport right now, and so I think that I would give the edge to Khamzat.
Nickal also acknowledged that while Khamzat has looked dominant, he hasn't been tested in the later rounds, unlike Dricus, who's proven he can go deep. If the fight reaches the 4th or 5th round, Nickal thinks Dricus could have an advantage. Still, he believes Khamzat's grappling will be the deciding factor and gives him the edge because of his superior skills in that area.
But we still have yet to see Khamzat ever fight a 4th and a 5th round. We've seen that from DDP, and so that's where he would have the advantage. If it goes deep, 4th and 5th round, I think that DDP might be able to pull it out. But all in all, I think the grappling style is definitely an overwhelming style to try to deal with.
That's it for today's video. So what are your thoughts on this? What do you think about their fight? We would love to hear your thoughts on this fight. So share your thoughts in the comment section, and also make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video. Also check out our other videos on the screen.